Hello and welcome to Detroit Performs. I'm your host, DJ Oliver, and today we're at the Majeski Gallery located inside the Ford Community and Performing Arts Center in Dearborn. Today's episode is all about overcoming obstacles. Our first segment features Stiggys Dogs, an organization that trains rescue dogs to be service dogs for veterans. Check it out.
If you guys will remember, we learned about Stiggys Dogs and what they were doing to help veterans, especially veterans who had served in Afghanistan or in Iraq. And we had learned about how they were taking animals from the Livingston County Animal Shelter and how they were pairing them with vets to make their lives a little bit better.
I'm Beth Mone and I teach English language arts and social studies to our team, Team Awareness. We teach 4th grade here at Navigator School. And
Catherine Potoff, and I teach the math and science to the entire team here at Navigator Upper Elementary School.
Priscilla Homan approached us about a 9/11 grant, and so we got together over the summer, Catherine and I and Priscilla, and we came up with a plan for the grant, and we were granted the grant. And so part of the grant was to make fanny packs for the veterans and bandanas for the dogs so that when the dog and the veteran were matched up, they would have something matching together. And the kids were really, really excited.
The projects that the kids have come up for us, making the fanny packs, making the bandanas, all of those things can be utilized, not just for our training for our veterans, but also it helps spread the word. Anything that gets people talking is a good thing. If my dog is wearing a bandana that says I support Stiggys Dogs or I love Stiggys Dogs, people want to know, what is Stiggys Dogs? Anytime I'm wearing a shirt, the same thing, I'm getting asked about it. What is Stiggys Dogs? So again, that all leads to education, and that really is the key. We are named in honor of our director's nephew, Benjamin Castiglione. He was killed in action in Afghanistan in 2009. And as a way to keep his legacy going and to continue to take care of his Marines, as he called them, we started Stiggys Dogs.
What we really do, the basic core and essence of us is we rescue dogs from different shelters around the area, and we pair those dogs with veterans that have PTSD or TBI. So, you know, our motto is rescuing one to rescue another, and that is the truth of that. I love working with Pinckney schools. This has been the 3rd or 4th time that they have brought us back, and I really believe that, you know, education and perception starts with our youth, and they're just very patriotic here. They came up with this great idea about the fanny pack and bandanas, which work perfectly within our motto. The fanny packs are great because when they first start training, you know, they'll need them for some treats or to have, you know, doggy bags in them.
We set from the very beginning a tone that we are involved with the community service projects. Service learning is a huge aspect of our team. And so before we took on the project, really with the students, we spent some time going over the website, talking about Stiggys Dogs, and so we talked a little bit about what service dogs can do for humans.
Our dogs are trained for a number of tasks. The biggest one obviously being the dog caring about the emotional state of their handler. That is a 24/7 job. They have to monitor that handler whether they're awake or asleep.
And it really segued nicely into our service project with Stiggys Dogs. So the students were really invested right off the bat in thinking, how can we help people who've given so much service to our country? It was a really nice fit.
Anything with animals and especially dogs, there just seems to be this genuine draw to be an active participant.
And it was really amazing to me that many of the children really took the time to plan out and really think about what they wanted to say. And we talked about how this is a gift to a veteran from you, and it really needs to look nice, and it really needs to mean something.
It felt really special to make these for people who serve for our country. I hope it goes to someone good who needs one.
They just have such a simple way of understanding and appreciating, you know, what military and veterans do or have done. So just to see, you know, their little hands, you know, doing this little artwork and all these little pictures and the words they put on there, you know, you wouldn't expect a lot of them to understand that, but they actually do.
This is my bag, and it says Stiggys Dogs right here. It's got a little doggy bone and then doggy footprints and some stars, and then on the top it says, "Thank you for your service." It has dog prints and USA and a bunch of stars.
I don't know, I guess when I look at this, and I think of the students' artwork, and I see little dog bones, and I see stars and tiny little paw prints at the top, it makes me smile. And I guess if I were a vet and I'm reaching in every day for a little treat for my dog, I'll be thinking that some fourth grader made this for me. And I guess you just can't help but feel good about this. I get really teary when I think about it. It's just so sweet.
And they really put time and energy into each one of their artworks that they did, and just seeing the pride that they had as they were showing them to us, I mean, that just fills my heart with joy. Oh, I love the bone. Look at that. Wow, beautiful.
Children want to give, they want to feel like they're productive, they want to show how much they really truly care. And that's why we're here. We need to help them find ways that they can give back to their community. And I think art is an actual, pretty much an easy way for them to do that, because really, I was pleasantly surprised how many children had artistic flair and ability.
I put a bone up here and for like the treats and stuff to go in. And like I put paw prints and I said, a man's best friend. This is my card. It says, thank you on the front. And then I put a flag.
They really took some time and effort on the thank you cards to the veterans. So, I mean, that's a different avenue for artistic expression. So the kids maybe that weren't as good as at the fanny pack maybe did a really fine job on the card that they made, or vice versa. So it was allowing that medium of art to come out in several different ways.
It might start out as just something as simple art, but the meaning behind that and what it turns out to be was so much more. And you take this project, for example, we got to sit and talk with kids, and they got to ask questions with our veterans and to touch these dogs, and they got to learn about service dogs. So even though it was just an artwork, it transpired into so much more.
I guess when we have it on the dog, I have him with me all the time, and I can see it all the time, and I see what somebody's done and he's wearing it. It lets you know that you're not alone. You know, somebody else is. They understand why you have this dog, and they understand the things you went through.
For what our military do for us and the freedoms that we're allowed in this country because of them is so important to instill in them, especially at this early age. I think it's what makes our country great.
I feel great giving stuff to people that once helped us in the Army, and I feel great giving them stuff back in honor.
They may not fully understand PTSD, but understanding that there are people out there that need that extra bit of help. You never know what a person's dealing with.
I believe that art is a great therapy, and in trying to, like with service dogs, we're using that as one form of therapy. You know, there are all different alternative types, so seeing that the kids are doing this with art and seeing how that is also helping, I think that there's a great way to combine both. Thank you guys for bringing that awareness and making this come full circle.
You know, spreading the word about what we've done, just a small project, maybe that will spur on other teachers to do service learning projects. There are so many things out there that you can do.
You guys were so creative. Seriously, there were so many cool things. I just have tears in my eyes. This was wonderful.
Believe it or not, thank you means so much to these veterans. It really does. We'll be out training and somebody will come up and, oh, are you a veteran? And they'll say yes, oh, thank you for your service. And you can see this change come over them, and the pride that they have that somebody took the time to recognize, and to see children recognize it too. It's just awesome.
Dear veterans, I want to say thank you for all of your service to our country. Thanks to you, I don't have to worry about anything bad happening to me in my country. I am grateful for how you have kept my country and me safe. Now I don't have to worry. Your friend Bella.
You can learn more about Stiggy's Dogs as well as all the artists we feature on DetroitPerforms.org.